why are you attracting the? Because you pulling up in a damn $65,000 car. Yeah, you're gonna attract all the gold diggers, bro. That's what's gonna happen. Like it's kind of hard to say nah to the dude pull up. Like if you broke as hell and you pulling up on this dude, pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? Pull up on me.
Me to find like that one person in my multiple dates. I'm choosing to date multiple people to try to figure out multiple people, not to really like purposely focus on one person. Because if I think, oh, Monday I'm going out with John, my expectations are high, this is the one, and then in our conversation we find out I have nothing in common with him, my wall is going to start to build up, because the second date I'm going to go out with Jimmy and he's the same way. So I agree with Chris and finding what is the purpose of the date. Like, make sure that your intentions are to either just to have fun or like get to know somebody on a smaller pace. So
interesting.
And it's multiple. If you date multiple people, are you really increasing your like standards? Are you changing your standards? Are you changing your expectation? Because one date could be horrible and you like, no, I'm never going out with this type of guy anymore. And then you go on your second date, yeah, I ain't doing that either. And then I feel like when you increase your expectations and increase your standards, you're increasing that wall.
Here's what I'm thinking too, is also, aside from that, you're also increasing a checklist, because you didn't like them, but there was also things that you did like about them.
True.
Which you now throw onto a checklist. Mm-hmm. So now when you switch over to a new person, do you need to constantly wipe that clean?
That would be ideal. Not to say that most people probably wouldn't, because they'll probably feel like, man, that other date was horrible. So they're going in there with kind of like the same mood that they just had. So I would say that would be ideal, but probably not.
Go ahead.
I think instead of increasing your list based on the dates, you should look at why you attracted that person in the first place. So if you're actively dating and you're date after date, you're getting the same type of person, you're constantly unsatisfied, you should ask yourself, why am I even attracting these types of people? And am I setting myself up for failure going into these dates? You know, did you not do the work before you start dating again? So now you're just attracting this negative energy that you're putting out.
Looking for patterns. Yeah.
You got a pattern interrupt at some point.
Well, also understanding that there is no perfect person and trying to evaluate if you are discounting people for a negative quality that you're going to find again anyway. You know, like we have similarities. So if you're saying like, I will never date someone because of X reason, then you're now discounting every other person that has that similarity, as opposed to being more balanced and understanding that there's give and take with everything.
Yeah.
Even the right person, even my husband has things that he does that I don't like. And it doesn't mean that I discount him completely as an entire person based on those small negative traits.
So is it fair to say that you go in to see the negatives that you can tolerate and take that over the good?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Or take the good over the negatives.
Right.
Okay. All right, John.
All right. So there was a comment.
Hold on. Sorry. Give me 1 sec. Casey, I think it might be you. I think we might get a little feedback.
Did I talk on this?
No. Can you mute yourself really quick?
Oh, mute. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I think it was that. Okay.
There was a comment that Crystal made earlier, and it was referencing the mindset when like not, you know, expecting a guy to take him to this like fancy restaurant or whatever, and then just completely discount the guy if he does not, you know, choose to do that or whatever. So I have a very, very, very close friend that's actually here, and Clement and I have talked not at length about him, but mentioned him. He taught me a lot about some things according to investing and stuff like that. So the way that he found his wife was that he had expectations and he had standards, but his standards were not unrealistic. They were very, very simple. So he has many rental properties, but no one knew that. So, but there was this one specific one that he posed as his house. And some people don't like the way he did it, but most of those people they were upset because didn't know they could get to the goal. But anyway, so the house is in a lower income area. The car is like 18 years old, and this is the car. It was clean. His house is clean, and he was turned down for dates at the car. Like they didn't like the car he drove. And I said, "Wow." But his wife, she got in the car. He's old school. He's my age. He acted like he couldn't open the door. She reached across and opened the door for him. He was in his mind. He was checking all this off. They went somewhere real simple. It was not out to eat. They went and did an activity. I forget what he said it was. And she wanted to see him again. And then eventually she came over to his house. Now he lives in a low income area, but his house is real clean, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And when they got more serious, she really thought that this was his house. Like this, okay. So the guy I'm talking about is a millionaire. That's how I met him. He bought like 16 trucks for his business when I was selling cars. So he's really rich. And her real house that she got because he asked her to marry him and stuff like this. And he said, well, but I think before they actually got married, she was aware of all his properties and all this other stuff, but she had already said yes. So the reason he did that is because he was finding himself being bitter. Because when he was trying to show who he was attracting the wrong person because he had money. So he couldn't pull up in his BMW or his Mercedes or his Mercedes wagon because instantly they put on this facade or to try to get him. And he was seeing straight through that because he would test them in other ways. Like the guy's not an idiot. The guy's self-made. He wasn't born into money. He achieved this himself. Like he through owning a gas company. I mean, the dude
he got it out the mud.
That's smart. He got it out the dirt, right? So he's not an idiot. Like he can see things. And I think he did talk to his therapist, and his therapist told him to do a different, go about this different, trying to mask that and see what you find. Don't put that out there. If that's what you keep, and it goes back to what Chris was talking about. Why are you attracting the? Because you pulling up in a damn $65,000 car. Yeah, you're gonna attract all the gold diggers, bro. That's what's gonna happen. Like it's kind of hard to say no to a dude pull up. Like if you broke as hell and you pulling up on this dude, pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? Pull up on me.
I guess to him,
y'all got with you, boy. What you talking about? Where we going?
To him, it's just a car, I guess that's why.
It's just a car.
Yeah.
And he would say this to me. It was a proper ass. It's like, I don't, and it was amazing. It's just a car. Bro, nigga, no, it ain't just a car, bro. It's like no, nigga, you got the 7 Series. This is not just a car. It's a $100,000 car, bro. Like everybody don't have it. Like, no, you just scream, I'm rich as hell. So you had to hide that. You did good. And his wife is so humble. She is so sweet. She's just the most adorable thing. And he found her because she thought the dude was broke as hell. She didn't know. She didn't care. She just liked him. Like she liked him. And I think they only dated for 8 months. They've been married now though for 22 years, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because when I met him, they had already been married like 9 or 10 years. And
how long do you think to the question to the panel, how long do you think it should take before you pose the marriage question?
See, when you know.
Let the married sisters answer that.
We got a lot of married people on this panel. Actually, it's pretty good.
I think, to me, I've seen people get married in a month. And lasted, yeah. And I've dated my husband for about 4 years, but we were very, very young. So I don't know. I really think it depends on the person, but I feel that you should know the person at least, if I had to put a number, a year.
I want cold hard facts. A year. So you're saying a year.
I feel like a year is a good time to get to know somebody, truly know who they are, how much money they're making, all that.
Oh, what car they're driving? Even
Well,
after that car story, you still gotta.
yeah.
All right,
I'm
okay.
gonna be honest. If my husband did that, I'll be low key upset because I feel like if you told me that after you put a ring on it, that means you never
Yeah.
really trusted me with that information.
Wait,
You
what?
know? Yeah.
Okay.
Because no, you should definitely build a trust with this person. That's why you obviously want to marry them. So you should be able to tell them prior to putting a ring on it, here's my situation. You know, I'm actually a millionaire. I mean, I'm sure that would help her decision.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
I
I mean,
agree.
honestly,
at
I don't
the
know.
end of the day, she already knew.
I don't know.
She should already know that
If,
I want to marry this guy anyway. So if
exactly.
he's a
If she was
millionaire
that
or not,
humble, if anything, if she was that humble this whole
yeah,
time, if anything, she might be a little bit offended by, or a little bit
yeah,
thrown back by it, just because it's like, I thought you could trust me this whole time.
exactly.
You know, like it wouldn't be about the money; it would be more about the trust.
Trust.
But I mean, she should also get over it because she's about to be a millionaire. So, like, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
Exactly.
What are we doing
she
here?
just had to
Like,
get
what are
over
we
it.
doing
I
here?
kind of
agree.
slick light. You know, I kind of slick like it. And before I met Miss Black Wall Street, I wouldn't like disclose everything. I would keep stuff to myself. Like I would
As
say,
most men do.
oh, I live at home with my mom. And
Oh.
if you judge me on that, good. I don't want you.
That's not fair, though.
Yeah, it
Nah,
is.
that's
You
not
should
fair.
investigate it because if you did not,
This is
go
our
out
same
with me
shit test.
because
What do you
I
mean?
said I live at home with my mom, that's your choice. That's your bad judgment.
I want to know the
You
reason
should have
why
investigated that,
you
boo boo. You should have said, "Let me take." Okay, so I live at home with my mom. What's the positives? I don't have bills. I don't have bills. I don't have a reason to go out and live on my own. For what? For what? Why should I? If I can, if I got that luxury, why should I? I'm in graduate school, so I tell you that much. Why should I go out and take on all these? That's just stupid on my part.
At what
That's
age?
dumb
No,
finance.
hold on. At what age, though? At what age?
I
You're
was
talking
40.
50. What?
I was 40 years old.
And you're doing a degree?
Yeah, a PhD. I had just started it. I'm a year from
Live at
graduation,
home.
and I don't live at home with mom no more.
Well, in that case, I can give and take because I can see the rationale behind you being with your mom. You're studying, so all your resources is going into your studies. So
This sounds like cap, Casey. This sounds like cap.
You're trying to offset the cost, but that's just a one-off situation. How many persons are doing a PhD and living with their mom? That's not like a high number. So
it's higher than you think it is.
well, I mean, there are exceptions to the rule because, like, in that situation, I could give and take because at least you're brilliant, you're smart. So at least a couple of years time, I'm looking at a doctor. So you're not gonna be living with your mom when you graduate, But
wait a minute, hold on, wait, Casey, you literally said I will give a test where I just get angry for no reason, Versus, he was like, okay, I want to see if she's actually a good one, so I'm going to tell her I live at my mom's house while I actually got a house, and I'm going through a PhD program.
For most women, that's a reaction. Like,
no, listen, no, listen, no, and I'm going to stand my ground on this one right here. You have to understand that there are real bums out there, okay? There are legit bums out there. So you want to make sure that you're not picking up a bum. Because there are certain, let's face it, we all judge. Come on. You meet a woman with hold on. You meet a woman with 5 kids and 5 different baby daddies. You're automatically going to judge her right there.
She's a good woman.
Know. Pardon?
No.
What?
No.
You don't know her story though. You don't know. We're gonna judge her, right? We're gonna judge her. That's all we are. So the same can be applied if you are dating a guy or you meet a guy and he's in his 40s and he's telling you that he's living with his mom. Personally, the type of person that I am, I'm not going to judge him straight off the bat. I'm going to dig a little beneath the surface. I'm going to be like, okay, I'm not going to judge him right away. I'm going to try to understand, okay, what could be the situation? Maybe his mom is sick. Some people go back, some persons own their home, sell their home, go back with their parents because their parents sick and they just want to spend that last few years with their parents. So I'm not going to off the bat judge them. because it's a case by case basis. But I'm telling you, you have legitimate bums out there who just stay in their mom's house because they're freeloaders. They don't want to go out and do anything at all. And I cannot be with somebody like that, because you guys know my policy. I'm a feminist, and I believe that the man should be the head of the household and be the provider. So I cannot be with a bum. So I think for me, I will just try to decipher exactly what the character of the person is. But obviously, you hear a 40-year-old person living with his mom, it's not going to sound good off the bat.
And I wanted it like that, so I could get rid of the ones who did not understand, and hold on to the one that does, and the one that did. She's the one that's gonna be married and she's the one that suffered through all of this, all of the studying, all of the times where I couldn't call and talk to her. She's the one that put up with all that, all the me complaining, fussing about this and the professor. Oh, I can't believe I have to do the shit all over again. She talking about blah blah blah. She got to hear all of that because it didn't even really come up after that. Like she didn't really care what the situation was. She liked me. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to get to know who I was. And when we was talking about whether or not she should take another contract or come here, she said, I'm thinking I'm going to come there. I adjusted. I went and got a damn apartment so we have a place for us to live. Because she couldn't stay at home. My mama don't play that shit. She don't play that. Nigga, you married, ain't no woman staying the night at her house. Period. Point blank. She the only tigress on that mountain, and two tigresses cannot walk in the same mountain. And it don't work like that. You take your grown butt out there in your own space and place and do what y'all got to do. And so I left the house. And then when we decided, okay, well, she was,
which is the right thing to do. Your mommy didn't have to tell you that you innately should know that's the right thing.